It's September 9th, 2012, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games. I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 348 of Mods on Air, bringing you the weekend gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am foyleman, and also on the show today we have with us Welshy. How you doing today, Welshy?
Hello.
Hello. And we also have with us Stryder. Hello, Stryder.
Hey, everybody.
And we convinced Ham to stick around. Hey, Ham, how you doing?
Hello, good people.
All right, so before
Hello,
we begin,
people.
let me remind you all that this show was recorded before a live audience, of which you may be a part. Anyone can listen in and message about the topics as we discuss them, and for the relevant topics, which there probably aren't any today, Welshy will post the relevant URL into the chat window so you can follow along if you care. For the other links, don't click on them because you may kill someone in your very immediate family if you do so, just like stepping on those cracks. So finally, for those of you who haven't heard the show before, there may be some explicit language or adult names. It's just a general warning. May happen. I didn't promise it would.
Step on your crack and your mom's a whore.
Yes, we are back.
None the smarter.
We are back from Seattle after spending a weekend at PAX in Seattle, talking to a lot of people. I don't know if anybody actually paid attention and noticed in the last hour, but we played an hour and a half of what happened our first day there. A lot of interviews, a lot of talking to games. And you know what? We're going to do a little bit more wrapping up. But after this show, I'm going to be uploading that video along with day 2 up to our YouTube channel, which is where you're going to find it immediately, and then over to our iTunes channel so that you can take a look and see all the interviews that we did. Now, we still have a lot of video and stuff that we can show today. Stuff that just didn't fit into the 2.5 hours of video that that I beat my head against the keyboard to make work yesterday.
That's it. Nice save.
Yeah. That's just your mind taking it someplace else. I have all these cards in front of me. I have all these cards in front of me to talk about some stuff that we really didn't actually have time to talk about inside of the wrap-up that we did last week. And I want to cover a couple of things that we never got a chance to. I don't know if you guys have a specific place that you want to start, or if you want to just jump over to our talk with Josh Olin.
Well, I'd like to start with where we left off with this, the show that they just watched, which was the hands-on that we had with Borderlands 2. And
Am I supposed to have my phone with me so I know what we're talking about?
No,
I need a calendar.
No, with our we had we wrapped up the show that they just watched with the Borderlands 2 interview.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering, with the hands-on that we had of it, what were your individual impressions of it?
I hate playing on the console controller.
That
Can't stand it.
Yes.
I couldn't aim at all.
No.
But that's neither here. That's just what we played it on.
It did help you with auto aim, so you did have that advantage.
I was kind of going off what we what we saw in the booth. Just like shut the door, lock us in.
Turn off your
The
camera.
one with the big no cameras.
Yeah. I think that guy's got
As
a
I'm sitting
camera.
there
Oh, you mean the
recording.
guy with the giant tripod?
That was hilarious because he's looking around like, "Where's the camera? Who's recording? What's going on?" I'm like right beside him with this giant camera, and he's like,
He
"I don't
said-
see no camera." Oh, it's
He's
you.
like, I was looking for a guy like sneakily hiding their phone or something under their coat,
Yep.
and he just turns around and Stryder's there with this huge. Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's your impressions
But
of
yeah,
the game?
that
Of what?
that was on the PC, and yeah, it looks pretty good. If what we played on a console,
Yeah.
despite being on a console, was fun. It was that Borderlands experience, but new, and it looks better. The engine, I'm sure, is better graphically. It's still that kind of core fun Borderlands. I mean, there's not a lot to say because it is just exactly what you expect and more.
So how's it new? What's new on it?
Well, it's It's new characters. It's new. They've tweaked a lot of things. It's a little bit kind of
graphically, it looks prettier. It's not. One of the things I noticed is when you play Borderlands, the original one, it seems that all of the background is the same. All of the ground is the same, and the bordering walls are all the same texture. It looks like they've done more to break that up and make it look a little bit more realistic in the cartoony sense. So it's not as linear, I guess. Not as linear visually.
Okay.
The
Lots of variation
gameplay,
there.
the gameplay itself seemed what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like it played a little smoother.
New weapons. I think the characters felt a little bit more diverse than they had in the first one, although they are technically the same. I think they have a better feature set, maybe.
They're not. The features are different, and actually, Gearbox has opened up. They've opened up or unlocked the character progression tree. So you can actually go in and look at what your progression tree is now. That I don't know if I've got that to that.
And I think
site.
based on what he said that you're going to be limited on how much you can progress. So you're going to have to plan it out. Because wasn't he talking about planning it out more?
Well, yeah, you're not gonna have that innate ability to overload your thing. But it's the same as the original one, where you've got more places you can go, or more points that you could spend than what you actually get. So
and bigger, better enemies.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like they made some of the enemies tougher.
Yeah.
But I mean, we watched a level 70 or something.
Well, part of that is that they have a better system for determining what kind of level that you should be playing against. So the enemies in general should be a little bit tougher, based on how many people are in the group and what level those people are.
Well, with the first one, you could, once you finished it, you could start like a second playthrough. And it would continue all your levels, but the enemies would be scaled up to your level as well. So it was like a second playthrough, but like twice as hard.
Well, yes and no, because you level capped out at I think 60 or 70.
Well, yeah, but then you're playing against 60, 70 enemies right at the start of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know they with DLCs they brought in higher levels.
Yeah, the higher levels. Yeah, because it was originally 50, then it went to 60 with the first DLC, and then 70 with the second paid DLCs. And that's one of the things they're working on now. Which in my mind kind of pisses me off a bit. You've got the game, it's ready, and it's been ready for over a month, and so you, rather than put stuff into the game, you've already got 2 DLCs done. Why wouldn't you just include those with the game? You know, to me that just reeks of corporate greed over consumer, happiness level. I don't know what the hell you'd call it.
That being said,
satisfaction.
Though, with Gearbox, you do get content for your money. It's kind of like, it's not like you're buying just something and it's like an hour and you're done. They really do put the effort into it. I'm not saying I like the idea of DLC, but at least Borderlands or Gearbox is one of those companies where it is kind of worth it.
And this is who we talked to, Brian Roundy? I didn't think it was Brian, right? Was it?
No, it was...
That's whose card I have.
Brian.
No, it was Brian Roundy. Brian Roundy was not the guy we talked to. No, he was the guy that was standing beside it. We talked with Kevin Duke, concept artist.
Kevin, that makes
Gearbox.
sense, right. So you want to check out that interview that we have posted up on day 1, right? That was day 1.
PAX 1.
It will be going up on our YouTube channel, I guess, at some point.
Yep.
In
I
the
just
next
want to upload it while
years.
we're doing a show. Yes.
In the next 5 to 10 minutes.
I said years, but whatever.
All right, you want to move on to another game? Yeah, move on
sure.
to another game. Not just want to. I don't know which one you want to move on to, though. There's so many to talk about.
Let's talk about Primal Carnage.
Okay. That's natural selection. Primal Carnage. You guys actually played some of that Primal Carnage, right? Wasn't it Welshy that stood at the controls?
I didn't. That wasn't me.
No, that was the
Okay.
that's the one that's
somebody else. Thank
yes.
you, Welshy. Yes, somebody else was playing that while we were filming it, and it looks like it's a refined kind of game. Now we're talking about human players versus dinosaurs.
Yeah.
All from the first-person perspective. And what makes it a lot of fun is that your dinosaurs are able to run around and bite and claw or fly with the pterodactyl in some cases. And what's interesting, I didn't realize, is that some of the dinosaurs can feed on each other to regain their own health.
Mm-hmm.
So if one of your fellow teammates has fallen, you can go and feed on him and regain your health. I think that's what it was.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Oh, we lost Ham.
Yeah, I know. We'll see if he ever makes it back. He has to go out antiquing.
Yeah, it was actually this is a game that we saw last year at PAX. Unreal Engine, Unreal Total Conversion mod, or I don't even know if you can call it a total conversion mod. It's just it's on the Unreal Engine, so it's its own game. They took the excitement that we saw last year. We had generated some excitement to ourselves from seeing this game because it was different. They took that and now it's refined, it's polished. They've got, last year when we saw it, there was, I think, 3 human classes and 3 dinosaurs, and now they've got a full 10 dinosaurs, a full 10 human players. There was the maps. I think they had one map that was working well for them last year. They've got, and hopefully I'm not getting any of this wrong, but they've got the full selection of maps now. And also on the first day of PAX, it got released into Steam for pre-sale. So it is available currently on Steam for pre-purchase for a bargain price of $15.
It's a game that looks like it's going to be fun to play along with other people, and so if you have a couple of friends that you like to play online with, I think this is a buy. I think we can give it 48 out of 187 gears.
which overall makes it an A minus.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm writing it down because I want to remember to pick that up. I just haven't had much time.
Really? Wow. I did that. I also got in. I went and pre-purchased the Natural Selection 2 prior to it becoming available on Steam. So I got that package, which means I'm happily playing the beta.
Right.
Which
wow. That's an also. You know what? The Natural Selection game, mod, whatever you want to. It's a game. They are so into the community. They want the community to participate in this game. They want people to make excellent maps and content for it, and they're willing to throw that into the actual release of the game.
Well,
it's already out.
They already have, yeah. Like
so
a lot of the stuff is already in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the editor's already out. There's actually people. I believe that 2 of the maps that are getting released with the game are community maps.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw as well they're using some sort of spectator mod that somebody made that has just been completely incorporated.
Yep.
And I believe they're continuing to do that. So even once the game's released, you're going to see community-made mods going into the game.
Now, you should check out the interviews and stuff like that about the Natural Selection 2 game, but really what the game is about is it's also, in a way, it's like the Primal Carnage that we mentioned. You can either be human or you can be some sort of creature, and the idea is that it's sort of like that team-based kind of play where you're playing together in a first-person shooter kind of game. However, there's an additional element of, this is the game with one tactical player.
Yes. Where you're the commander.
Right. So you can actually place objects for the other players to pick up. Now I don't know if the tactical player is on a specific side, like if he's human or creature.
It's both. Both.
As both, yeah.
The humans have a commander, and the aliens have a commander.
Okay.
And
which is a nice element to add to the game. If any of you has played a 2142, you get a very rough feel for that kind of gameplay. This is thrown into a different kind of environment where you have two very different sides. Smaller enclosed map, so it's not like the giant 2142, and you have the one commander on each side.
Yeah, and the commander can make or break the game for your team.
Yeah. Now, is this thing still on any kind of a special, or is it too late for that special and natural selection?
It's too late to get in on the beta. However, I know that on Steam, if you pre-purchase it through Steam, right now you get instantly upgraded to the special edition, I think. I don't want to use the wrong terminology here. I'm just going to double check because I know it's there. So
I'm curious to know if you now I know you already got it. Did you already get to play it, or have you only had time?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I've played probably an hour and a half to 2 hours in it.
Okay, so that's actually says a lot right there.
Yeah. Actually, you pre-purchase it now and receive a free upgrade to the Digital Deluxe Edition. So for $25, you get the Digital Deluxe Edition, which is a savings of $10.
Okay. Just no beta. No beta for you.
Just no beta. Okay. Yeah. And I don't know, did you get in on it before Steam Air?
No. I did not have a chance. I came home and started working. Well,
here I am playing
found my luggage. Found my luggage wherever that was, and then I started working. Okay. All right. So those are. Was there any other kind of? Oh, there was. You know what? While we're on the sort of like indie game developer kind of thread, we also talked to Monochrome Games, which is I think that starts off our day one show, right?
Yes.
Okay. And Monochrome is putting out a game called Contagion, right? That was Contagion?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a zombie-esque kind of game, but what's a little bit different about it is that everyone starts out as a human running around this map with zombie AI infected. I guess we can use the same term for the enemies.
It was It was precisely the mod that Welshy thought it was. It's gone from that zombie panic into its complete own freestanding game.
Okay, so that is and what happens is if you get killed by one of the zombies, you become a zombie, and then you have to start hunting down your friends.
Mm-hmm. Which is fantastic. It was oddly enjoyable.
Yeah, it was.
But at the same time, it was a little bit weird to get used to what was going on. But once we figured it out, it was pretty enjoyable.
Right now, I don't know. I think this game is coming out later, right?
Yeah, they're hoping for beta, open/closed beta to begin towards the end of this year. So
okay.
Probably a Q1 release if everything goes well.
That's good because the game did look good, but I think the game could use just a little bit more polish. I want to be honest. I think it could use a little more polish before it's actually released.
Mm-hmm.
So that one only gets 87 gears out of 213.
964.
Which is I think that's
a C plus.
Equates to a C plus B minus.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But, no, it was. But you know what? For the state it was in, and you know what they admitted they still had to do some development on it. Great. Great. It looks like that's going to be a fun one too. It reminded me somewhat of Left 4 Dead with the Horde, except you start as a survivor, and then when you get beat down, you become one of the Horde to go help beat down people.
The Horde's different, so it's not going to be the same game.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Last Man Standing.
Okay, let's move on to another one. There's too many to choose from, so what do you want to talk about?
I think
JD 2020? We talk about that?
Sure, let's. Yeah, we kind of met up with Josh.
I hope I can actually play this in Winamp, because I have these crazy MTS files that I don't know what they're compatible with, and I have 2 Joshes. We talked to a couple Joshes out there. Actually, maybe we talked to 3. Josh
Winamp.
Zombies.
It appears you're trying to watch a high definition video file in Winamp.
Yes.
Would you like help with that? No.
Would you like help with that? Fuck off, paperclip.
I think this is it. So I'm gonna just play it and hope hope it works. Okay, nope, doesn't work. Yay. Okay.
No Josh for you.
No Josh for you. Yeah. So we talked to Josh Olin, and what we'll do is we'll put out a. I'm gonna throw together some more videos because we have a couple other clips and pieces that we should be playing, and we met up with Josh Olin. Some of you know him as a JD 2020 or JDog. He used to help out on the MODSonline.com website. He used to have his own Call of Duty websites, and he was community manager for Treyarch. Is that correct? Treyarch.
That's correct.
Yep. So those of you who know Treyarch from some of the games in the Call of Duty series, and now he's working with League of Legends.
Yep. And he's looking great and keeping busy, which is good for him. And
not sleeping.
But you know what?
That's expected.
Neither did I, though. I didn't sleep at night. I slept all day.
Gamer, I'll try and put the video together, and you know what? Maybe what I'll do is I'll release a couple of these by themselves on YouTube. And that might be one of them. And really what Josh talks about is what's going on with League of Legends, what he's doing, and he actually also mentions how much MODSonline has helped him in getting him to where he is now.
Yeah.
It's actually a great promo video.
Yeah, it is for us. We weren't allowed to ask too much about League of Legends.
Right.
So it was an unsanctioned. Yeah, it wasn't a totally authorized video, and it was somewhat unsanctioned by the the LOL.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. There, we wanted to talk to him rather than.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but one thing that struck me about PAX this year was the sheer quantity of free to play games.
Yeah. Well, that's also a good point. So we'll talk about that for a second, but I also want to jump back to the PAX itself as an overall show. So yeah, there were a lot of free-to-play, a lot. World of Tanks was one that jumps off.
World of Tanks, World of Planes, Neverwinter, Raiders, Raider Z,
I don't know, something like that.
Firefall.
Just looking through the cards now. What else there was?
I don't know if Hawken was.
Hawken's free-to-play.
Yeah.
Just
what's that Orcs game?
That wasn't free.
No, okay.
I don't think so. But I mean, there's of those. Hawken is a mechanical first-person shooter, but the rest of them were all an MMO style. League of Legends again was that's a free-to-play game.
Right.
So it seems that the industry is moving towards free-to-play games. And there's some pretty high quality ones coming out.
Well, I also mentioned that other one, not Raider Z, Neverwinter.
Neverwinter, yeah.
Okay, they have Forge, that system called Forge, where you can make your own maps, and we talk about that in one of the episodes, and it's wild. You really can just
not just maps, but missions as well.
You make RPG missions, stories.
Yeah. Which it's unbelievable. The quality of the tools that they're giving you on a free-to-play game, that they're giving these tools for free, like that particular game blew me away.
Well, that was the thing that I didn't think about until afterwards. When he said free-to-play on that one, did he mean lack of subscription fee rather than? Because it didn't.
He said it was 100% free.
Did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, 100% free. So, their monetization will probably come through merchandising or, like he said,
aesthetics and
character customizations and such stuff like that, where you pay to make your character look different, but not necessarily get you anything that you couldn't just earn.
Right.
So
definitely built for combat. So yeah. Oh, so now the overall PAX show. I
yes.
wanted to touch upon that because I think we were in somewhat of an agreement, Stryder and I, when we say that the PAX show was great, but it was a little less less hyped. It wasn't it didn't feel as strong as it did the previous year. Do you agree?
I think I think there's two reasons for that. I do and I don't. PAX the PAX show that we attended this year was fantastic. The PAX show that we attended last year was fantastic. The show itself was fantastic. The exhibitors and the games on display were fantastic. I think the difference this year compared to last year was there was probably, I think, 3 AAA titles that we were really looking forward to, that we knew were getting showcased there.
Yep.
And at the you know, we went and we saw those 3 titles. It was like, yeah, okay, you know, it was awesome. This year there was Borderlands 2 that we're all kind of collectively looking forward to. But it's, you know, we kind of knew what to expect there. There was no cloak and dagger stuff hidden behind the curtains, as it was.
Well,
what I
one that we'll bring up
yes.
later.
What I did. So that's one reason that I think that this one maybe felt a little less, you know, like the best thing since sliced bread. The other thing that I want to point out, though, is that last year there was a couple gems that we, you know, it was like, wow, didn't even expect this, and here's this awesome thing. This year I felt there was more of that. We saw Natural Selection 2, Primal Carnage is almost finished state, Recoil. It was a lot of indie games, a lot of the free MMOs. Just that amount of stuff was, to me, that grabbed and held the show for me. In the absence of the AAA titles that people kind of were looking for or expecting.
That being said, we didn't exactly go to the Xbox area, or
no.
It's not like we were looking for For me, probably the highlight of like the hidden gem was probably Natural Selection, because we knew about Firefall, we knew about Hawken, we knew about a lot of the other stuff. They were awesome, but we already kind of knew about them. Whereas Natural Selection, we just kind of literally, me and File just stumbled on it as we were walking past.
Well, not quite a hidden gem, but maybe a hidden shiny rock was Code Hero. Code Hero was a pretty neat. It's a game that teaches you how to make games. It's a game where you go in there, primarily on the Unity game engine, and as you move along, it says, okay, now let's make an adjustment to the game you're playing, and it opens up some sort of control panel where you can make adjustments to the game, and by the end of the game, you have actually made a game.
That was very cool.
Yes. So that is something that you might want to take a look at.
That was all in the Indie Mega Booth area there. Was that one of the PAX 10?
No, because it wasn't the PAX 10 in a circle, so then the answer is no. But it was in the indie area. Welshy and I had definitely confirmed that Counter-Strike 0 is as
go.
Yeah, whatever. 0 is a good name for it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at something else from Origin called Strike Suit 0. Okay, so it is as exciting as you would expect. It is Counter-Strike, watered down, and I actually found it frustrating to play.
I didn't find it frustrating, but it was just kind of like, eh.
Yeah. Not interested.
One observation I did have is I think it's still highly amusing that Valve, one, refuses to make a new Half-Life, but two, how they are still claiming that is not a new version of the Source engine. Because you take one look at it and just like, this is not the same engine that Half-Life 2 was on.
Okay. Yeah.
But, it's built on it, but it's not the same.
You could say that about Portal 2, It's definitely been changed.
Portal 2 was a huge,
Right.
Even just in animation was a huge step up. And it's like, no, it's still the same engine. We're not.
Yeah. And there was that little bit of a buzz going on with people talking about Half-Life 3.
We may have had something to do with that.
May or may not.
Let me see if I can quickly find that. I'm pretty sure it'll be easy to find again here.
Oh,
exactly. They have changed it around quite a bit. That it is now basically a new engine.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're pretending that it's not.
Mm-hmm. But they're not calling it a new engine. They're just calling it minor tweaks. So I don't know what the next engine is. Well,
if they do that, it's kind of like giving people what they want, which apparently Valve doesn't do anymore.
No. What's that, Half-Life 3? No, sorry. Yes, you know what, Counter-Strike is frustrating, but I found Counter-Strike new and unimproved is worse.
How do I get a link to a... How do I get a link to a tweet?
Right-click it?
Whoa! I didn't want that. Fuck.
What's up, Welshy?
Oh, no, nothing.
Okay. You know what?
Well, I mean, we can. While he's looking for that, we can talk about what we did.
What we did with what?
Well, we wore some suspicious looking shirts. That caused quite a stir, shall we say?
That's right. We had some shirts made up, and I'm not wearing one of the Half-Life.
I don't know if I have mine.
All right, so we went over and made some Half-Life 3 shirts, and we decided to walk around just for like for most of a day during PAX, near the end of the day, and we got stopped constantly by people asking, "Is that real?"
So what's the deal with Half-Life 3? Like this one guy, we're going for lunch, and he freaked out.
He did. Screamed like a schoolgirl.
Yeah.
Well, what the priceless thing was is he's like, so you know, and he's what's with those shirts? That says 3. I was like, well, she looked at me and I looked at him and I just said, we can't talk about it, and walked away. But he freaked out. He chased Welshy down. He goes, I just got to see something. And he flips Welshy's badge around, and he goes, media, throws it in the air. And he's like screaming like a schoolgirl. And of course, we just walk into the restaurant to get something to eat. Yeah.
And he comes.
And of course, he starts. Back, yeah, exactly. We're trolling.
Yes, we were more.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was so fun.
But he's standing there, like, seriously running on the spot, trying to get our picture. And he's like, "Eee!" Like something off of a cartoon. It was
what was weird is we went to like the restaurant door where they have like the wait waiting to seat you or whatever. And he stopped the three of us right there, and he goes, Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? And we just kind of went, okay. Like, really kind of straight-faced. And when I looked up, he was taking a photo. There was an old guy next to him with his phone taking a photo. There was some other woman leaning over the balcony. Oh, not the balcony, it's like patio.
They got to be famous.
Yeah.
And then they took all the photos, and I remember just sort of turning around, and the waitress just looking at the three of us going, are you guys famous?
Yeah, when she sat us down, so you guys like famous or something? She goes, I really don't follow all this computer PAX stuff.
And like for a good,
she goes,
good half an hour.
She goes, I'm more into musicians. And I said, well, we're a nerd band. Really? Well,
well, no. First, you guys famous, and you said like, well, it depends who you ask. And she's like, and in my head, they're all in the back furiously googling us. To figure out who weird.
So famous people do get treated special. It is true.
Well, because after that we went back in to the expo, and I was getting stopped quite regularly, just walking along. And there was one bit where we were just standing there, and I think Stryder was talking to somebody, and me and Farrell were just kind of standing there. And again, it happened. These guys were like, "Hey, what's with the shirt?"
Yeah, what's with the shirts?
And I look straight at Foyle and just look at him, just like, hey, they want to know about, and he straight faced, completely just shakes his head. Like, sorry guys, we can't talk about it. It was funny.
It was quite humorous, and you could hear the wake of whispers and murmurs behind us as we were walking through.
Because we're on the hammer. Did you see that?
Yeah. So yes, we trolled.
Yeah, it was funny.
I just had to take them off because it was just we couldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
Well,
You were doing an interview and there'd be a guy walking in front of the camera just going, Is that Half-Life shirt? And you'd be like, move!
Yeah.
Move!
Or the best is when you're going down an escalator. There's three of us going down an escalator, and just kind of standing there. Welshy and Foyle are talking, and kind of facing one another. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just not paying attention. Just got my Half-Life 3, just me and my Half-Life 3 shirt hanging out here. And
well, I liked as well.
The wake of whispers behind us. It was
yeah. What I thought was funny was when we were looking for something. It was over in like a interview room way over the other side, and we asked the one of the enforcers or whatever, and he goes, I'll I'll walk you over there, and he's like, Stryder's up front chatting to him, and me and Farrell like kind of at the back just walking along, and at one point I realized that essentially we were doing was walking around in Half-Life shirts with
escort
media badges,
Yes.
and then an enforcer escort at the front, and I just thought, oh my god, we're gonna get like mobbed.
They had this booth set up there too. On the Friday I went in wearing mine, and they had this booth set up. Where would you play, or something like that it was called. And you could go and buy whatever kind of shirts you wanted to buy. Of course, there's this stack of Half-Life 2 shirts, and I'm standing there right beside it with my Half-Life 3 shirt on. And dude looks at my shirt, and he's like, what? And he looks through the whole pile of shirts, looks at my shirt again, looks through the whole pile of shirts again.
Because it looked official.
Yeah, and he's like,
perfect.
so, and I said, I can't talk about it, and I walked away. It was fucking hilarious.
All right, moving on. Moving on to some other stuff. I will say that I was quite impressed with Origin PC. Tiny little 11-inch screen laptop playing Battlefield 3, and it looked good. I should have checked the specs on that. Now, they say they're also using some sort of software that optimizes the PC to work better with the games.
Lucid Logics.
Right, Lucid Logics. And I don't know. It's just supposed to optimize the way it's run on the chipset and the memory and that kind of stuff. Probably the same kind of tweaks that you and I already normally do on games. We try and tweak our systems to get better play out of it. But the PC, I was really, really impressed with what this little laptop could do. And this is one of those laptops that you can go ahead and customize to fit your needs.
I'm surprised you didn't buy one while you were there.
If I could afford it,
Should have seen him on the first day when we went into the Razer section with all the keyboards. I thought his eyes were going to pop out of his head.
I'm not impressed by Razer though. The Razer Blade, the Razer keyboards that look like they're from Mac.
Yeah, what I really didn't like actually was more than anything was at that Razer section, or it wasn't really a booth. It was more of a kind of everything was in like a 12-inch thick glass protective case.
Oh yeah.
With do not breathe on the glass, yeah. If I'm gonna buy a keyboard, I want to pick it up. I want to, or same with the mouse. If I'm gonna buy a mouse, I want to kind of get the feel of it, feel how heavy it is. And it's like, no, I can't because there's 40 inches of bulletproof glass in front of me.
Yep.
They did that too last year.
I'm sure they do because
they do that every year.
I don't know why they do it.
No, I think it's
you don't know why they do it.
No, I do know why they do it.
Because they don't want you to really find out.
Well, that and people steal stuff.
Well, that and it's there's a lot of there's a lot of consolians walking around, and they don't have the mindset to know what a keyboard is for. And
it's for smashing.
So, smash. Oak smash.
It's
now,
typing in YouTube comments over and over again.
Yeah. Now, did you guys want to talk about the longest interview ever, which we may have some things to do for? Did you want to talk about that today, or
we can?
I almost fell over during that interview, holding that camera, because it was like he condensed what I think he said was an hour interview into 20 minutes, because we didn't have a lot of time, and he was like, "All right, I'll do the short version," and the short version was like 20 minutes.
So what we have are some of these. Here, hold it up to the camera for you. which,
I'm
by
gonna
the way,
scratch these off.
I can scratch that off and display a key. If anybody wants to get in on the beta for Firefall, they gave us some beta keys. And a couple, you know what? During the next coming few weeks, we're going to be giving away some more beta keys for different games, not just this game.
So what you gotta do? Follow me. Follow LOD Designs and follow MODSonline.
I see what you're doing. Yep, follow us.
And follow MODSonair. And
Penny.
You can follow me too. Why not?
Sure, we'll get you all following all of us. There you go. So, you follow those 5, 6, 5. And we'll be checking, and retweet. One of us is tweeting something about the Firefall beta codes. Hint. Retweet it, and
well, are we going to throw names in the hat?
Yeah, we'll just have a random draw of all the available ones. There is 5 or 6 codes I think we've got to give away.
Yes,
we'll have more. But not yet.
Yeah.
What if they're already a follower of all of us?
Well, just retweet to win.
They don't have to do anything. Yeah.
Well, retweet it. Yeah.
Just retweet. Yep. There you go. All right, I'll scratch these off later. Apparently, that's quite a.
Yeah, they're quite hefty.
Yeah, quite. A
well, I tried. Speaking of that, I actually did try out Firefall a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fun.
Beta?
The first. Yeah. Because if I just hold this up, it doesn't matter. I don't cover the code, but I scratched one off. Yeah, that sounds funny.
I scratched one off. Not like Breezy who pulls one off.
Yeah. I played it, and yeah, it's pretty fun. The first day it was kind of fine, but the second day I logged in, it was severely laggy. But I mean, they did just give away a ton of codes, and so you kind of expect that pre or post PAX influx of players. But you know, it's fun. It's simple. You just jump in. You can choose your gear, like you choose a class, and you can swap out your weapons. You can swap out your guns. There's like a medic class. There's an engineer, as in the video he spoke about. And yeah, you just jump in, and you're 2-3 minutes in of just kind of setting up, and they're telling you the controls, and you're good to go.
Another free to play, right?
Yep, completely free to play.
Yep.
Yay!
And it looks pretty good as well, graphically.
I think we're gonna have a ton of games to play here. We're gonna end up with too many games to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when are they all being released? I mean, we're talking about being released over a year from now.
Some of them, yeah.
Some of them are pretty quick. So.
Yeah, some of them are quick, but they're not all on like this November.
I mean, I guess the thing to take away from PAX in general was, with the free-to-play stuff, is AAA developers take note, because these guys are coming for you. Yeah, and they're going to do it by giving it away, giving things away for free, and you're charging like $50 or $60 for your crappy game that I can finish in 5 hours and don't ever want to play again. And then these guys are giving out the same, and sometimes better quality, for free.
Right. Hopefully not using some sort of system where they can hack all the user accounts, just like what's going on with Guild Wars 2? Isn't that what I heard?
Wars 2? Guild Wars 2, yeah. Now,
hack. I'm glad I didn't actually give him my info yet.
But the word on the street, the lowdown, as it were, on that particular juicy gem, the lowdown on that particular juicy gem was that it was a Guild Wars 2 fan site that got hacked, and the people that actually use the same password for their game as they do it, those are the ones that got hacked. They figure there's probably about 11,000 that have gotten.
Okay. God bless.
Thank you. Damn.
It's an MMO. You kind of assume that this is going to happen now.
But see, you look at something like what Star Wars: The Old Republic did with their verification system. and it that added that extra measure of account security. So,
but I mean, even like those accounts, some of those accounts have been hacked. I mean, Blizzard did it with WoW. You had like a little like flash drive sized
dongle or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it was, and still people's, it's kind of like you can do your best to minimize it is kind of all you can do. But I mean, be smart with your passwords.
Yeah, don't use the same.
Or if you do, at least make sure it's very secure and only you know what at the very least.
Right. Exactly. You get told that all the time, and then still some people are out there just not.
And their password is password.
My personal favorite is I like wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong, because then or incorrect. That way, if you forget what it is, your computer tells you your password is incorrect. Oh, that's right, it's incorrect. I think before we jump anywhere else besides where we're going here, I want to mention some hardware news that has come out as well in the week following PAX. Is Valve has announced that they're going to develop some hardware rights, and it looks like they're doing something that is very close to the Oculus or the Sensix.
I see. I didn't notice that.
Don't you look at anything I tweet? I stay up all night.
Should I show you the number of tweets that you sent out the other day?
Hey,
you're practically waking me up in the morning with this.
I like that because coming from the guy that refused to be on Twitter for quite some time. Like, no.
Yes.
I'm like, what the hell do I want to be on that for?
I mean, to fucking be a tweeter whore for you guys. I'm a tweeter whore for you guys.
He
really?
Is. No, I don't mind really. This is not the big picture stuff, right? Because
no,
remember,
it's
Valve is doing big picture.
Yeah, no, it's some kind of gaming goggles.
Okay, well, actually, we got our hands on two kind of gaming goggles. One barely got our hands on it. The first one was the Oculus. Now, you should take a look at the videos that we're going to be posting later today. You definitely want to see, because we give some honest opinions about it. And I'm one of the people that already threw money at this thing, and I'm starting to regret it a little bit. I may have jumped on the bandwagon a little bit too soon, because I put that headset on, and 30 seconds later, I was sick.
I don't know that
Projectile vomited. All over the no, didn't.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was
They had
close.
to shut the booth down.
The guy with the mop came along and was like, sawdust down.
Yeah. That green sawdust to get rid of the puke smell that almost makes you want to puke from the smell of the green sawdust.
But you guys also felt the effects afterwards when we were walking away.
Well,
and that's not good.
I didn't feel it maybe as quickly as you, but yeah, I mean, we had like 2 minutes each to kind of play because they were really rushed, or less, because they were really rushed for time and whatever. But
the humor. I want to point out the humorous point of that whole interview is the first guy that gets to try it has glasses that are thicker than Coke bottles.
Yeah.
and he gets to play it for like 15 minutes.
Yep.
And then the rest of us get like a 30-second gig with it.
That was funny. What else was funny was, and I think this kind of speaks for the direction that this thing is going, is the fact that the guy that invented it got sent out for sandwiches during our
Palmer.
You know what? I think
like
what happened there was he was like, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm going to get something to eat. I've been here for 20 hours. And they said, "Can you pick me up something?" You know, you make it sound like he was.
It sounded like he was the intern. It really did. I think they bought him out.
The guy that created. Surely he should have been in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have gone and got him food, really, so he could stay.
Well, there's definitely corporate.
No, not corporate. There's like a couple of guys with all their money behind it.
Yeah.
It was a good story.
Yeah, but what I'm looking at there, or the comment I'm going to make is it is definitely immersive. I made the comments to Ham. You get in there and you're right inside the game. It was very cool that way. The tracking was all cool. Whether it was the rendering or what, I don't know, but. Or the game, but I found when I look to the left and then use the controller to move to the right, I instantly felt sick to my stomach.
Well, I mean, here's the thing that I brought up during our little special episode there, and actually I brought it up while we were in in the room with the guy. Is you're playing it sitting down with an Xbox controller, and you've got this kind of goggle on your head like this, and you could use your head to move around, and that was cool. And you could, what I really liked was you could look over your shoulder like this and see behind you without actually turning around. Because normally you'd have to turn around in a game to see behind you, but you can look over your shoulder. Awesome. However, what I found really weird would be aiming and shooting something, because you had to aim with your head.
By looking, yes.
By looking, right?
It was odd.
Alright, it did kind of work once you got used to it. There's a laser, so you just kind of look, and the laser tracks to your eyes, and you can. But I'd be then, so something would be here, so that my game character's facing this way, like this, and I'm walking towards a door that's over there. However, I am physically sitting this way.
Yes.
Now I can feel that I can still feel my body. I'm not disembodied floating around. So I'm sitting this way, and I'm kind of in my kind of head. I want to be walking this way, but I'm not. I'm going that way, and I think that's what made me feel sick, is I'm moving away from a direction that I think I'm walking.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like tricking your mind into thinking.
I've got a different take on that, because I actually played with the Sensix one.
Yeah, that's true. You did, yeah.
It seems to be a little bit more polished of a version of the Oculus Rift, but it's not quite the same. It's not as immersive. You're not completely buried in it. Now, that one I played standing up, and you actually had to turn right around. It was actually more difficult to play that way, I thought. I think if you got used to the fact that you had to, you look to aim, that part is cool. However, you're going to end up with a case of bobblehead, right? Playing a first-person shooter, you're going to be all bobbly. But you definitely, it's a different form of input to get used to. And what else did I want to say? Damn it. I can't remember the second part I was going to say. Oh, well.
The price. Talk about the price of the Sensix.
That's, yeah. The price of the Sensix. The Sensix is developed for military. It's already in use with the military, and it's developed for medical. So, anytime you put those two in the same room with technology, the price goes through the roof. You too can bring home the Sensix controller for a measly $11,000.
Jesus.
Yeah, or $300 for the Oculus.
Yes.
Well, back to the Oculus. I mean, one of the things I asked, which I found really surprising, was something like, I said something like, what's the
long-term effects?
Yeah, like how long have you had this? Yeah, and he just kind of looked at me and went,
Yeah,
like,
no one has sat
tried
there and had it on for 2 hours.
No.
Like that is one of my concerns as well.
Yeah.
You're asking some people to put stuff on and sit down for a little 30-second or 5-minute gig.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool. However, what's the gig with if I'm going to sit down for an all-nighter of gaming and drinking?
Yeah, did you notice that if you hold it away from you and you look at what that thing is, it looks like a big, nice screen behind what looks like two tiny little magnifiers that point at your pupils.
Yeah, like it was. I did feel kind of like my retinas were being burned.
They didn't hurt. It was just a little
didn't
scary.
hurt. It was just, and like that at that point we finished that interview and was like, all right, we got like an hour. Let's go, get some lunch or whatever. And I was sitting down in the restaurant. The three of us were just kind of like, I feel really sick. Yeah. I was like, yeah, me too. And this was after the day after the drinking, so it wasn't that. But it's just, I don't know.
Here, you guys will like this.
What's that now? Talk to me.
That's Valve.
Yeah.
Just tell me what it is.
It's their gaming headset.
Oh, okay.
They think it's going to open new ground in video games.
Is it safe to go to without crashing the show?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right, that's an early model, I hope.
It's. I mean, the Oculus. The Oculus
really light,
Rift was an early model. It was. You know what? I'm gonna actually say a couple things about the Oculus Rift. For as far away from my face as it was, I expected it to feel a lot heavier. So they've done a very good job of keeping it very light. The Sensix one to me felt heavier, and it definitely looked more polished. Blah blah blah. But it was a very, like, what do you say? It was iteration 4 of their prototype.
It was still duct tape on it.
Yeah, it was still duct tape with a black felt pen.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think a little bit later, come once it goes to retail, I probably look at getting that retail version 3 maybe, and by then they'll probably have everything corrected so that you don't have to dick around. You can just dial in your prescription. You don't have to.
Or the hype will be gone.
Yeah.
Like your 3D TVs.
Yeah, or it'll be gone by then.
Yeah.
So one of the things I want to know is it doesn't have integrated headphones in it yet. So on top of this, like, band you've got in your head, like here, like a ski mask, as they kept constantly talking about, you have to have a headset on as well, it wasn't on your ears properly. It was kind of like lopsided. So I'll be interested to see what they do with that.
All right, that's an hour. Right? We good? Good for today? That's an hour already. Yeah, we've gone through an hour. Okay. Let me remind everyone to follow up on those Twitter thingies if you want some free fall.
There are tweets out there already floating.
Action.
Go.
Yes.
Run now. Do it.
To get into the to the Firefall beta. There you go. That's what it is. Not free fall beta.
Yeah.
And take a look at our YouTube channel. If you guys still have that link, here's the link. I'll copy and paste it here. Copy link location. Head over to here in a couple hours, and you'll see a couple new videos. Right after this show, going straight to upload.
Woo!
Yay! Okay.
Are you going to play it? Are you going to upload or play the second one?
I'm going to upload it. You want me to play it on the show? I can play it, but
it'll probably get all choppy then. So
yeah, I'm just gonna upload it. You guys can all check it out over there. I think that makes more sense right now.
And follow the Twitter feeds, because I'll throw some things up to links to where these videos are, if you're lazy like me and can't, but to find them.
Yep, and then next week I think we'll go back to our normal format with our show.
Yeah.
Good. All right, hey, you guys, you want to join us at the next conference? We'll let you know what's going on and when we plan to all get together again, and you can join us. You can do some bar hopping with us. You won't forget it. Or maybe you will.
Oh, you will. Yeah.
You won't remember it. Okay. And, well, with that, I want to say thanks to our host for taking the time out to chat today. Welshy, thank you very much for joining us.
No problem.
Awesome. And Stryder, thank you very much for joining us.
It's always an adventure.
Adventure, right? And Ham, wherever you are out there, good luck antiquing.
Stay peaceful. Should do like a ham. Hi, my name is Ham.
Yes. I'll get a ham puppet. Yeah, just a ham sandwich.
A ham sandwich.
Okay. Then on that note, I'm going to say finally thank you to the fans of MODSonair.com and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com, because you make this show possible, along with some of the viewers out there, of course. And until next week, everyone, go play some new games. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern when we will broadcast another live show on livestream. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@MODSonair.com, and please consider subscribing to MODSonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners. I got nothing.
At least I didn't end in jail.
I looked and I got nothing.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Yeah, what happened to at least we didn't end up in jail, yeah. Or at least what happened to the say something? Ow!
You're gonna have to go and watch it. It was hilarious.
Say
and that's
something.
That is the ending of the next one. I know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Awesome.